Good evening, campers, it's me, Kieran. I want to quickly talk about Rivers of London by Ben Aaronovitch. This is an urban fantasy that sprawls the great and mighty London to a degree that, can I be honest, I don't particularly care. There becomes a moment when a book becomes so detailed about streets, locations, and precisities that we move from like tour guide to just being a little bit boring. I know there are a lot of people, when it comes to dealing with the real world and writing about the city, people really want to know the difference between their cockfosters and their Sohos. They want to know the east and the west. Sorry, that's my alarm, I should be up. Hopefully I didn't sleep in. But Rivers of London takes us to a different level. Even at the beginning, our main protagonist, a cop, just ends up just like reading like the various signs around London and just telling us the information that is on it, as if I would care. Granted, Pete Grant is quite bored in his job. He wants to become a constable, but that doesn't, he's going to be moved into paperwork. And then he comes across a wizard. You're a wizard, Pete Grant. Yes, this is as if Hot Fuzz met Harry Potter. That's what someone calls it in like the slight beginning of like, wow, these are really good accolades. I've recently been reading Harry Potter to my kids, and one thing that J.K. Rowling does that I don't think I like appreciated as a kid, but as an adult reading to my little ones, as such, Rowling will mention one thing and in a different chapter then expound on it a little bit more, which makes the reading process of Harry Potter exceptionally nice, because you're somewhat confused, but then you get the clarity straight away. Now, to set up your entire world based on London to the point that you have to explain all of the London streets of roughly where everyone is, because that's really important, because you see this little river, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. That's not EastEnders, but it's, I think that bit's the EastEnders, but I don't know enough. You basically have Mother and Father Thames warring. That's basically the story. Aaronovitch has to like explain and set up this entire magical world, but does it in the most boring way possible. And I think it's a disservice, because the opening chapter where Pete Grant actually meets a ghost who witnesses the beheading of a street performer, that you are kind of like intrigued of how Pete Grant is interacting with this ghost. Is this going to be like a Pushing Daisy situation? Is it going to be like a little bit Torchwoody? Wouldn't be a surprise for that, because Aaronovitch has written some Doctor Who scripts in his previous life. But then again, Doctor Who is known, especially in the early 60s, to be very boring. So maybe this is all like canon. I would be lying if I said that I enjoyed any aspect of this. This was profoundly boring. Now, one thing that interested me about Rivers of London is that there's like 8 books, like all set in like the same universe. So I imagine he's done all the hard work. From here on out, it's gallivanting, it's frolics, and it's Pushing Daisies. I imagine from here on out, it's wonderful. But this first book is bone dry. It is bone dry. It has taken me 6 weeks to get through it, and I don't really want to talk about it. The only reason why I've woken up this early to talk about this book is that there's a free library like around the corner in London, and I just want to dump it in there. That's all you're getting from me today. I don't care about this book. I don't know if I care about like continuing on with the series, unless someone makes like a really good case. I think Moons of Soho, it's around here, is, unless someone goes, wow, that's really good, maybe, but like, I don't want to. Bye.